So it's all kicking off at the Eurovision, and the bloody thing's not even on until Saturday. And this is what we've got so far. There are 15,000 Free Plasticine protesters outside the venue in Malmö in Sweden. Greta Thunberg herself is with them, and she's calling for Israel to be kicked out of the competition. As someone pointed out on social media earlier, if we're not allowed to blame the Palestinians for Hamas, then why are we blaming Israeli citizens for what their government is doing? We have an Irish act, which is quite literally satanic. When the Israelis did their act in the semi-final, they got booed and jeered. The Greek entry behaved like a spoilt brat when she pretended to fall asleep for the cameras when the Israeli singer, Eden Golan, spoke during a press conference. And also, let's not forget, one of the hosts made a Freudian slip when she declared that everyone who watches the Eurovision are homosexuals. And so the latest drama is that the Dutch have been suspended due to an incident. Now this guy looks like a love child between Jimmy Savile and Andy Warhol. But seriously, look at those shoulder pads, they'd make Joan Collins envious. Now rumours are he threw a hissy fit because he went on before the Israeli act, and as we all know, Israel will be the bad guys for this competition. But I have another theory, and just hear me out, because as we all know, the Eurovision are very politicised. And remember when Ukraine miraculously won a few years ago? I mean, they were bound to win, weren't they? They just happened to be the subject of the current thing for the woke lefties, so they had to give it to them to send a message to Putin and the Russians. And I think that's what's going to happen here this year as well. The Dutch have been kicked out, and they'll be replaced with, wait for it, the Palestinians. And then no one will give any points to Israel, and Palestine will romp home. What do you reckon to that conspiracy theory? I mean, it sounds far-fetched, doesn't it? But that's the kind of thing these idiots do in Europe. The Eurovision Song Contest is a blatant, massive scam, and it's cheating galore. And I would prefer it if the UK just didn't take part. Just let them slap each other's backs and do whatever the hell the Europeans do. And also, everyone's going on about, oh, Israel isn't even in Europe. Why are they even in? Well, neither's Australia. And they've been competing in this competition now for quite a few years. So yeah, swings and roundabouts. It's the same as selling arms to Israel. We can sell them to everyone else, every other warlord, but not for Israel. The whole thing stinks, doesn't it? And there we go, that's what I think. I'm Paz49, thanks for listening, and until the next time, Roger Trout.